Hi, I'm Matt Caroline, and welcome to our May edition of Puck Online, bringing you a quick summary of all the major news and events for the public cloud space. Every month we'll come to you online in video, podcast and blog form, as well as an in-person event every quarter in Vancouver, Canada. Today I'm broadcasting in Vancouver with Science World and Pulse Creek behind me. As usual, there's a lot of news to cover, so let's get into it. In general news, Densify, a Canadian company based in Toronto, released a new tool designed to optimize containers in the cloud. I've looked at their solution before, and I like the automation and predictive analysis for cutting costs and usage for past and future modeling. Most cloud solutions out there around cost savings only give you alerts and recommendations, unlike this Densify solution. A Mexico City-based company has been found storing data of about 540 million Facebook users. The data was stored on Amazon AWS, so obviously the media started pointing the finger at Facebook and Amazon. I think Amazon is in the clear here, as they have steps in place to make people aware of the risk of setting data to be publicly viewable. Facebook has taken the heat over just how much access they've given companies to user access, and I think we're going to see more of this for many years to come, where user data is found, exploited and stored, and treated with no respect. China might be open to changing its rules around foreign businesses operating in China. Officials met with Microsoft and Amazon to discuss possibly eliminating the need for them to partner with Chinese firms. It's interesting timing with Amazon pulling back on their investment in China. IBM reported a 2% drop in cloud and cognitive sales in Q1 of 2019. Last year they grew this side of the business about 10%. The blame is being pointed at the US dollar's value. And if you want to have an interesting read around how close we are to the future of having our brain connected to the cloud, check out the link below. Bit of news around Citrix. They didn't have a good month. Citrix staff were laid off in the US, including some VPs and directors, due to poor cloud sales. Citrix also disclosed at the end of April that they had a security breach of their internal network. The FBI notified them of the possible breach, and then they started investigating. I think it's great that they came forward with this information less than 60 days after the FBI actually gave them a heads up about it. In AWS news, AppMesh went generally available, which uses open source Envoy proxy to enable application level networking. S3 Glacier Deep Archive went general available as well. Now, it's so cheap on the megabyte and gigabyte front, let's just keep it at it's $1 a terabyte per month. It's designed for rare usage access of the storage, and you can restore within 12 hours or less. AWS Deep Learning Containers was also announced, which are Docker containers pre-installed with deep learning frameworks. AWS are working on a new region in Jakarta. There was some news about AWS leaving China, but it was not true. I thought it would be a bit odd since they had only just launched the second China region less than 2 years ago, and had just announced last month their Hong Kong region. Instead, it turns out that it's Amazon.cn, their e-commerce business within China, that is pulling out. A few different spins on Apple's usage and spend on AWS hit social media and news last month. Some were shocked. Some thought Apple had just started spending $30 million a month on AWS. The fact is that they've been using AWS and other cloud providers for years now. The news really was about how big of a customer they are on AWS. But last year they did announce that they have plans to invest $10 billion in their own data centers. I don't think this means that we're necessarily going to see iCloud running on Apple's own storage anytime soon though. AWS Poly now speaks Arabic. I think the word for Poly in Arabic is 40. I'm sure I butchered that. Slack's IPO registration revealed that they are committed to spending $212 million on AWS over the next 4 years. Now that's a commitment to spend that they made. They may have got a big discount back in 2017 when they made the full commitment. So not sure how much savings or whether they've actually committed themselves to wasting a lot of money there due to expected growth that didn't happen. In GCP news, there's 2 new regions in Seoul, South Korea and Salt Lake City. If you didn't catch our cast from last month, we did a special on the Google Next conference where there were over 122 announcements. So we're a little light on the Google news this month just to avoid the double up, but check out last month's cast around that. In Azure news, CSP partners can now bundle, sell and invoice third-party infrastructure software directly through Azure. More changes to the marketplace are also said to be coming. I think this is a great move for partners like myself. It's always hard to track how much business that we're doing for the third parties when clients are directly buying it from the marketplace. And you want to do the best thing by the customer to make sure that their spend is all in one spot and kept simple. So it's always been a hard thing to track. I think this will be a great move, and it'll be even better if other cloud providers do the same. In more Azure news, Akamai has integrated their CDN network capabilities with Azure Media Services and Blob Storage. Also, Microsoft's cloud business saw a 41% increase last quarter, and the Azure side of the business saw a 73% revenue increase. So that's all we have for this month in general news. For all items we are hosting, like meetups, vodcasts, podcasts, and blogs, see www.publiccloud.ninja, and keep an eye out for our special cast this month after the Microsoft Build conference next week, which will be, I guess, the first full week of May. Upcoming cloud-related events in Vancouver. We have our Puck event on Tuesday, June 4th in Vancouver, Canada, so check out meetup.com/publiccloud and become a member so you can get notified once the details go live. This episode is made possible by Scalar Decisions, a leading Canadian IT solution provider focused on security, infrastructure, and cloud. If you think we've missed anything, let us know in the comment section below. Our next episode will be in a month's time, so make sure you subscribe. Till then, keep challenging yourself.